Booktube and happy Saturday. Welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Today is Saturday, October the 13th, and it's about 8:30 in the morning. I've been awake for about an hour or so, and yeah, I'm editing the vlog from last week, so I'm hoping to get that done and get that posted up soon. Excuse me. Like I said, I've only been awake for about an hour, hour and a half, so I apologize for the hair and stuff like that. I'm just finally getting to drink my coffee. I cannot actually have anything to eat or drink first thing in the morning. I have to take medication for my thyroid, and that requires you to eat it or to take it on an empty stomach. So I take it first thing when I get up in the morning. The pills actually sit beside my bed, like on my bedside table, so I don't forget to do it. And then you can't eat or drink anything for like a half an hour to an hour. Half an hour, is good. An hour would be the best, but most times I make it about a half an hour before I need that coffee. So yeah, so I'm enjoying my coffee, and I'm sitting here knitting on a sock while I'm editing. I kind of multitask while I'm editing. So I hope to have the video up soon. But yes, I decided to start the vlog early. I decided to try and start the vlogs earlier on the weekends because it's the weekend, and I don't have to rush off to work or anything like that. So today is the first day of the Create Your Own Read-a-thon. So my goal for this weekend is 8 hours. I want to get 8 hours of reading done. I used to do 12. Like the last couple months it was 12. And, sorry, Goran's beside me. And I just wasn't getting to 12 hours. So I thought, let's lower it a little bit and see what happens. So I'm going to go with 8 and see where I finish at. I do have a lot of reading I want to get done today, but I actually, excuse me, every time I sit down with you guys, I got the hiccups. I don't actually have any plans for the day, any major plans. We're not grocery shopping today. The husband and I are going to go do that tomorrow. He's going to come with me because there's a bunch of stuff he wants to pick up for when I'm away next week. And yeah, so we're going to do that tomorrow. But today, I'm probably going to go out when he gets up in a couple hours and go do our McDonald's breakfast because that's our Saturday tradition. And then I have to stop by the library because I have a couple books I need to drop off. And then I'll be taking him to work. But other than that, that's all I have planned for today. So I'm planning on sitting here relaxing, getting a lot of reading done, getting a lot of knitting done. I'm working on my sock, like I said, while I'm editing. But after this, I'll be working on my sweater. But I will do another proper update tonight, and I'll show you guys my knitting for the week, as I've been doing at the beginning of all these vlogs. So yeah, so what am I currently reading? What are my reading plans for today? I have my new audiobook that I'm going to be starting. It is called This Wicked Magic by Michelle Hoff. I believe it's a nocturne novel. So I'm very excited about this one. It looks like it's going to be really good. And my ebook that I'm going to be reading today is For His Brother's Wife by Kathy Danowski. I talked about this one in my last vlog. See, to me it was just last night, but you guys aren't going to have seen that for like a week. Or you will have seen it last week, you know what I mean? So yeah, I plan on starting this one. I'll talk more about all of these like when I update again this afternoon or later tonight. And my print book, excuse me for reaching, I have a little bit of catching up to do on this one, is Out of Bounds by Alan Hartman. So that's all my reading plans for today are these 3 books. So let's see how far I can get in them before I update you guys again. But anyway, that is it. Please let me know if you are participating in the Create Your Own Read-a-thon this weekend. Like I said, I promise to be better. I did announce it on Twitter yesterday, but I don't know how many of you follow me on there, so what I'm going to try and do is make myself a note and to do it like the week ahead of time. So I would have mentioned it in the week before's vlog, so you guys have lots of time to get prepared for that if you are going to participate. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later on. Bye. Hi guys, it is Saturday night. It's about 7:15. I just got home from being out and picking up something to eat for dinner, and I'm going to go eat in a few minutes. But I plan on relaxing on the couch tonight because tonight is game 1 of the American League Championship. Whoever wins this series goes on to the World Series, and my beloved Boston Red Sox are playing the Houston Astros. So gosh darn well, that's what's going to be on my television tonight. It's going to be baseball. It's going to be baseball for the rest of the week. Unfortunately, when I'm actually away at the end of this week, I will not have access to a TV. There is one in the cabin and stuff like that, but I highly doubt I'm going to be pulling in the game, so that's not a big deal. I have the Major League Baseball app on my phone, so I can always check the scores. I just can't watch it live, which isn't that big a deal. It is and it isn't. Like, it doesn't really bother me. When we make it to the World Series, when we kick Houston butt and we make it into the World Series, I will be back for that. So I will be able to watch those games, which makes me happy. Yes, I'm feeling very positive. My team had such a great season this year. So yes, I do love baseball. I really, really do. I am a Canadian. I love baseball, and I'm not a fan of hockey. My husband loves hockey. He is a huge hockey fan. But no, not me. I mean, I watch the games with him, and I don't mind going to a live game. There's just something about seeing a sporting event live that just makes it that much more interesting, unless it's golf. Unless you're actually playing golf, which I don't mind playing golf. But watching golf and curling, I don't. And again, I'm Canadian, and I don't like curling. I'm sorry. I just find it the most boring sport in the world. But anyway, people would say that about baseball. So I'm sure you guys don't care about hearing about, the sports talk. So I will let it go now. But that's my game plan for tonight, is to watch the game. No pun intended. And and do some reading and do some knitting. So speaking of knitting, let's start off there, because you guys know at the beginning of these vlogs, I always like showing you guys what I've knit on over the course of the week. So I've made some progress on my sweater. This pattern is called Rose, and it's by Andrea Mori, or Andrea Knits, I think is her name. This is a really interesting construction sweater. I've gotten this much done on it. It doesn't seem like much. I was actually a bit further along, and funny story. I was actually about that far, and then I ended up ripping it back completely and recasting it on. So I should be a lot further than this, but I'm not. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So if you're kind of wondering, you're thinking this is going to be a sweater, this is the sleeve. If you picture it that way, this is where your hand would come out here at the bottom, and then this will go kind of like this. So it's going to be like that, and then I'm going to knit a second part that's going to seam against, so the cable that you can see going up the side, which I think is just gorgeous, that cable is going to attach to another cable, so it'll look like a braid almost, going down like this part of your arm, and then same on both sides. So yeah, it's going to be really, really spectacular. So that's as far as I am. So the funny story, on Monday, I decided an impromptu to record a podcast, a knitting podcast, which I haven't done in forever. And I decided to give it a try and do it live, do it like a YouTube live. So I actually had people chatting with me while I was recording it, which was kind of fun. Like, I couldn't face-to-face chat with them, but they were able to post things and I saw them come up. It was really cool, and I thought it was really fun, and I'm going to do it again in a few weeks. This might be the new way I do my knitting podcasts. But I was talking about the sweater that I had knit, and I don't have it handy to show you guys. But up here, on that sweater, on that gray sweater that I knit, it looks a little different than it does on the bottom. And I always thought it was because I was knitting flat, like you're just knitting back and forth on this. And then at the body, when you connect it, you're now just knitting in the round, in a circle, essentially, just around and around and around. And my friend Brandy was on, and she's like, I wonder if it's the way that you're purling. Now, I've been knitting for 7 years. 7 years. I just found out on Monday that I was purling incorrectly. I was doing it right. I was getting the stitch. But what was happening was, and this is for knitters, so those of you who are not knitters, this might go a little, I'll keep it brief, I promise. So for those of you who are knitters, this is what I was doing. When I was purling, when I knit my stitch, so when I put I wrap, because I'm a thrower, right? You can be a thrower or a picker. I throw my yarn. I wrapped it around the top of the knitting needle for my knit stitch, which is fine. For my purl stitch, because I am completely self-taught as a knitter, I learned everything from YouTube. No one showed me anything. I mean, a few little things here and there, as I progressed in my knitting, like, oh, I need to know how to do this, and a friend would show me. But 90% of what I learned was through YouTube. So I must have YouTube searched how to purl. And whoever did it this way. It's not wrong. It just, what happens is, so when I would purl, I'd put my stitch into purl, and I would pull my yarn from below and wrap it around the stitch and thing. Purling it from, wrapping that yarn from below the needle caused that stitch to twist. So on my sweater, all those stitches across here are all twisted. That's why it looks different than the bottom part. So I kind of wanted to practice purling, throwing my yarn from on top, which is what my friend Brandy showed me. So that's why I ripped this back. I completely ripped it out. You didn't notice anything here, because see, these are all the purl stitches on this side. and then the knit stitches are on this side, which is actually the wrong side. So this is in what's called reverse stockinette, where your purl stitches are on the right side. But I wanted to practice because you are purling every other row. I thought this is going to be great practice. So because I wasn't very far, I ripped it back out, and it's actually, it comes second nature now, because it's occasionally I'll notice I'm pulling from the bottom, but I'm like, no, and I have to remember to do it from the top. So I actually did debate actually ripping that sweater out, that gray one that I knit, and completely ripping it out and doing it again. But I knew I wouldn't get it done in time for my trip, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to let it marinate. Everybody's told me, though, they really like the way it looks, that it looks like it's a design feature. Like, it's meant to look that way on the top because of where it ends. So yeah, so I might leave it. But anyway, that was a small knitting story. Those of you who are non-knitters, I do apologize if that was a little boring. But if you are a knitter or you're a new knitter, and when you purl your stitch and you pull it from on top, that way you're not twisting your stitches. So yeah, so that is so far on the sweater. The other thing I got knitting done on this week was my sock. And this is the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern by Erica Luter. This is a free pattern. The rose pattern is a paid-for pattern online. But I got this much done this week. So there's my little stitch marker where I was last Saturday when I showed you. And that's how much I've gotten done. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. I actually got the majority of this part that I've knit done this morning while I was editing this week's vlog, like the vlog that went up today. So yeah, so it's become not only my lunchtime knitting, but my video editing knitting. Because I just don't get a lot of knitting time at lunch. Like, with the way things are going now at work and with it being busy, and there's a lot of, some days I actually don't take a lunch and I just kind of work through my lunch. This sock was never going to get finished. So that's why I decided to also bring it in and start knitting on it while I'm editing videos, because you get a lot of downtime of just kind of sitting, waiting for stuff to happen when you're editing a video. So yeah. So I do enjoy this very, very much. And I'm actually going to be casting on another sock later this week when I'm on my trip. It's kind of a tradition that you cast on something new while you're at Rhinebeck, and typically it's a sock because at night we're just sitting around the cabins, like me and the other girls. And it's kind of nice to have a mindless project while you're sitting and chatting and drinking tea and stuff like that. So yeah, so I will show you guys that yarn because it's up there, it's put away. It's actually Halloween socks. It's going to be Halloween inspired socks. I haven't decided yet if I'm actually going to do a pattern. I might just do plain boring old stockinette knitting, just knitting around and around. It's boring in the sense that you don't have to think about it. But again, you don't have to think about it, so it'll be great for just kind of that sitting around mindless knitting. So I will show you guys the yarn for that in the next day or so, maybe tomorrow, because I do want to wind it up and get it all ready to go before I head out on my trip. So you guys are not going to see this till Saturday, so it doesn't matter, but I am going to talk about it at the end of this vlog, like at the end of this whole vlog, like not just today's, but at the end when I'm done. I guess I can share with you guys now because, like I said, you're not going to see it till Saturday. I'm actually going to vlog my entire trip. I've talked about it so much and you guys are probably sick of me talking about it, but I'm just so freaking excited about going. So someone asked in the comments of the vlog I just posted today what I was going to be doing about my vlog for the trip. So you're going to notice that this vlog is short. So essentially what is going to happen is that I am going to record this as I normally would every day after work and stuff like that until Wednesday night. Wednesday night is when this vlog is going to end. I'm going to finish editing it, so my goal is to edit these clips every day, and then on Wednesday night all I have to do is like kind of amalgamate them all together and send it to be scheduled to be posted on Saturday morning. So you guys are going to see this Saturday morning. I'm already going to be at Rhinebeck on Saturday morning. So then what's going to happen is that on Thursday morning, I will start my travel vlog. So there will be some book content, some reading content in that vlog because I'm going to be listening to audiobooks and stuff like that on my trip. But it's not going to be like this. It's not going to be mostly about books and stuff like that. So I'm going to take you guys on the road trip, my drive from Toronto to Vermont. I'm going to take you guys on the trip from Vermont to Rhinebeck, New York. Because it's a 2-day drive for me. Sort of, I'm having a break in the middle. You guys will see when you see the vlog. And then I will take you to the festival with me on the Saturday. I'll take you back to the festival with me on the Sunday. And, of course, on my drive home. So, it's going to be super exciting. my friend Mandy and I, because I'm meeting Mandy in Vermont, I'm staying at her house on Thursday night. We're gonna go in the morning on Friday morning, because it's only like a 3.5, 4 hour drive from her place to where we're staying. We're gonna go to Ulta, because we don't have Ulta here in Canada. And for those of you who might not be aware, Ulta is like this huge makeup store, like a Sephora, but they sell both high-end and drugstore makeup. I'm so excited. We're going to go to Target. Again, we do not have Target in Canada. There is some stuff. There's a local yarn store in her area that she wants to take me to. There is a bookstore, a used bookstore. I gotta go to a used bookstore, you guys. I'm hoping to actually get to a Savers while I'm down there too. So I do plan on buying some books. So yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. So essentially, this vlog will run until Wednesday. You guys are gonna see it on Saturday. The new vlog, like the travel vlog, will be posted on Tuesday. So you guys are going to see that video on Tuesday. I drive home on Monday. So I get home later in the evening on Monday, probably around like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Actually, more like the afternoon. I plan on leaving super early because I do want to get home at a decent time. But I will be getting home later in the day on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I'm actually off of work. I booked the day off of work so I could detox and I could, get myself back into, the right headspace to go back to work on Wednesday. So that's the day I'm going to edit that vlog, the travel vlog, and I'll have it posted probably sometime Tuesday night. And then on Tuesday morning, I will start a new vlog, like a new typical weekly reading vlog as you guys are used to. So that'll run from Tuesday to Friday, and then I'll post that again on Saturday, and then we will be back to normal. So there will be a little break in the middle, but I'm super excited about sharing the trip with you guys. I mean, you've put up with so many vlogs of me just sitting here yammering at you. This will be super fantastic because you'll get to actually see stuff instead of just this normal background that you guys see and my lovely face. So yes, I'm super, super excited. It's funny because I'll be sitting here, like I was sitting here this afternoon and I'm like, oh, thinking about something, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, my trip is coming up, and I get so excited. I am such a fan of road trips too, so that's part of the other reason I'm super excited. So anyway, enough yammering. Let's get on to the books. What have I read today? Well, today is day 1 of 2 days of the Create Your Own Read-a-thon. So my goal was 8 hours. I've gotten 3 hours so far. So by the time I have to go pick up my husband, I should probably be able to squeeze in another half an hour or so. And then I'm going to go pick him up. So we'll start off with my audiobook. I am listening to This Wicked Magic by Michelle Hoff. It is a paranormal romance. It is part of the Harlequin Nocturne line. Typically, I'm not a big fan of paranormal. You guys know this. But this one I'm enjoying. It's essentially about a gentleman named CJ, and he has been around for, a long time. He is a dark witch, and he went and decided to spend some time in, like, the demon zone. And these demons, he came back with these demons, like, essentially in his body. Like, they've attached themselves to his soul. And he's trying to exorcise them, essentially. And he meets Victory, or Vicky, or I think, is that what she goes by? Victo, or I can't remember. Her name is Victory. And she is a white witch, of course. And this takes place in Paris. And her job is actually cleaning up paranormal crime scenes. Kind of interesting, right? And he kind of runs into her, and souls tend to attach to her soul. Like, if there's a dead something or other, it attaches itself to her soul, and then somebody comes and actually cleanses her of these souls. This is why I don't read a lot of paranormal, because a lot of it's like, ooh, this is weird. I don't do well with fantasy and with stuff that's not based in reality. It's just me. Everybody's different. I can understand why people love it, because really, I was thinking about this in the car as I was listening to it earlier, that, when I'm reading like a contemporary romance novel, it's grounded, of course, in reality. This is in our world. This is something that could happen to your neighbor or to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Whereas fantasy or paranormal or anything like that is truly a story. Like not only did the writer have to create these characters in this plot line, they create a whole world. Like, it's just, it just takes it, and I'm not saying one is better than the other and one writer is better than another, but, props to paranormal and fantasy writers and sci-fi writers, because, not only are they creating this great story, but they're creating an entire world that the story takes place in, which is very, very cool. So I understand the appeal, and I am starting to get into them a bit more, and, I appreciate them, but this one I'm liking because it is about witches and vampires and, stuff like that. There was a werewolf and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's the whole premise, is that he now, like, she was able, like, she was around him, and I guess something happened, and one of the demons, like, came out of him and left. So he's now kind of hounding her to help him get the rest of these demons out, because they are slowly killing him. He can't go into the dark, because when he's in the dark is when they really take hold, and he can't keep them at bay. So he's not sleeping, he's not functioning, he's not, so it's really good. I still have about 8 hours left on it. I didn't get much of it listened to today. I plan on getting more done, but I was tired, and I was kind of just laying on the couch doing nothing. So I should actually have plugged in the audiobook while I was laying there doing nothing, but I was afraid I was going to fall asleep. So, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it. I've got a day, 2 8-hour drives coming up later this week. I will get more than enough audiobook listening time done in that time to catch up to what I want to read. So then, my ebook I am listening or reading is For His Brother's Wife by Kathy Danowski. This is book number 6 or 7 in the Texas Cattlemen's Club After the Storm series. It's a silhouette or a Harlequin desire novel. I talked about this one in my last vlog, but just in case you didn't see it, I have to remember when I talked about books and when vlogs start and end, so I'm not, I don't want to repeat myself in one vlog too much, but again, for people who might not have seen the last one, they kind of want to know all the info. This is a series about a small town in Texas that was devastated by a tornado, and each of the individual stories have been about characters and what has happened to them in the aftermath. So this is the story of Paige and Cole, and Paige was married to Cole's twin brother Craig, and Craig was killed in the tornado, and that was like a year ago, a year prior to this book itself beginning, because the entire series kind of took place over a year span. And, he's kind of always really liked Paige and had feelings for her. Even when they were all in high school together, he was going to ask her out first, but his brother, jumped in front and was like, hey, look at me. And then she ended up getting pregnant, so then they did the right thing and got married. Or, well, he asked his dad what he should do, and Craig's dad said, marry her, so they did. And they stayed married even after she had lost the baby. But now it's 10 years after they got married, the husband's now, she's a widow. So he's kind of come in and he's helping her rebuild the ranch and the farm to what it was before the tornado. So that's where I am. I'm only about 3 or 4 chapters into it. I would like to get to chapter 7 tonight. That's my goal, about 70% of the way through the book. It's not a very long book. It's under 200 pages long. So I should get through it relatively quickly. My goal is to finish it by tomorrow. And the last thing that I have been reading today, and I got a good chunk of this read today, is Out of Bounds by Ellen Hartman. This is a Harlequin super romance novel, and I am on page 200. So I got a good chunk of this done. I'm almost finished it. It's about 280 pages long, so I should get this done tomorrow or Monday. My goal is Monday. That's why I put these little tabbies in here, so I know how much of these I want to read every day. My goal is to read one of these a week. But yeah, so this one is a basketball romance. It is about a man who was playing in it was the professional, but it wasn't, he plays professional basketball, but not in the NBA. He plays on the world stage, so he was playing in Madrid, and he had suffered a shoulder injury. So he came back, and his brother offered him a job kind of working for their foundation to help children. So Posey is our female lead, and her mother had ended up raising $80,000 for this charity. Well, then her mother kind of got swindled by a friend of hers, because the friend, gave her a sob story that, oh, I need the money and blah, blah, blah. I promise I'm going to pay you back very, very quickly. I'm just waiting for this loan to come through the bank. So the mother loans her this $80,000 that's meant for a charity, and the friend ends up declaring bankruptcy. So she's out the money. So Posey has stepped in to pretty much dig her mother out of this mess. And, like I said, I'm only about 80 pages left from finishing it. It's really, really good. The secret has come out that, Paige, I don't want to give too much of the story away, but stuff is starting to be revealed to Wes. Wes is our male lead, because he wasn't aware of any of this backstory happening, and anything like that. So it is really, really good, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to get a nice high star rating from me, because it is really good and really well written. So anyway, guys, that is it for this clip. As normal, these clips are usually a little bit longer, so here we are. Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow, it's my normal Sunday. I'm going to bingo with my mom in the morning. It's like our thing now. We go every Sunday. I enjoy going. It's fun, and it's fun to have that time with just me and my mom. So we kind of chat and we play, and yes, it's gambling, but it's still fun. And then I plan on coming back here, and the husband and I have to go grocery shopping. And then I'm actually planning on recording one of my videos for later this week, the discussion video. And I also have a video for Read Bliss that I want to film tomorrow too. So I'm hoping to get that done. And yeah, so I will probably not check in with you guys again until tomorrow night. But yeah, I will talk to you guys then. Take care, everybody. Bye. Hi guys, it is Sunday, October the 14th. It is just after 9 o'clock at night, and I thought I would check in with you guys. So, first of all, for the Create Your Own Read-a-thon, for my personal challenge of 8 hours, I got 8.5 hours read. So bonus. I'm sorry I didn't do more vlogging during the day of, how I was coming along with my reading for that read-a-thon. But yeah, this was an off month, sort of. With the fact that I didn't even really announce it until yesterday or this morning, you guys wouldn't have seen it, or yesterday morning till, I will do better for November. I will make it a bigger deal in November. I will make sure to announce it nice and early so lots of you can join in. But, this is more of just like a personal challenge. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it is, but it isn't. You guys know what I mean. Anywho, so yes, so that's how I did. So I'm actually very, very pleased with that because I had set a goal of 8 hours. So I got 8.5, so that's a bonus. Today was a pretty standard Sunday. Went to bingo with my mom. We didn't win. Went grocery shopping, and then I had a nap this afternoon. Totally unintentional. I didn't mean to. And then we had pizza for dinner, and now I'm just sitting here watching some booktube and doing some knitting. But reading-wise today, guys, I finished 2 books. So the first book that I finished was This Wicked Magic by Michelle Hoff. This was on audio. Narrated by, sorry, I don't remember the name of the narrator. If I remember, I'll leave her name here. It was enjoyable. I talked a lot about this one yesterday. It was just a really interesting story. I really don't have a lot of thoughts on it, other than it was highly entertaining. And if you enjoy a really good paranormal witch type story, again, it's set in Paris. It is like, the way the setting goes is that it's set in our time, from the sounds of it, but it's almost like an alternate, like a more mythical universe, if that makes sense. These beings are living amongst the humans, and stuff like that. So, very spicy book, but really, really enjoyable. It was very dark, which, I mean, is to be is pretty understandable from looking at the title and the cover and stuff like that. This isn't a light, fluffy book. It's a dark book. And I really, really enjoyed it. I liked all the characters. Victory, who was our main female, and CJ, the male lead, the 2 witches. And then Victory has a sister named Libby, who is just a little firecracker, and I really, really like her. This is the second book in the Witchery series. The first book is actually only like a 50-page novella, but it's not considered to be like a prequel. It's like actually like the first book. And then the books that follow, and I don't know, I'll have to check, I didn't look, but I'm wondering if Libby's story is told in one of the other books. But I really liked her as a character. There was a lot of interesting world building in this, like I said, almost like an alternate universe kind of idea, or a parallel universe, if you will. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And if you like paranormal romance, give it a try. And the other book that I finished was a little bit of an opposite from that, and that was For His Brother's Wife by Kathy Danowski. This is the 7th and final book. I double-checked. The 7th and final book in the Texas Cattlemen's Club After the Storm series. Pretty basic romance novel premise where, she's a widow, and she was married to his brother, and then he died, and it's been a year. And he's always had a thing for her, and of course her marriage was never that great. You always notice with these kind of stories that the original marriage, for whatever reason, had flaws. It was not perfect. Like, she married the husband because at the time she was pregnant, and then she lost the baby. So there's no children involved. But, she goes on to say, I shouldn't have married him. We were so young. And I get that. But you happen to see that a lot. There's nothing wrong with, finding that person and then something happens. You can find that again. I think, this is just my opinion, I think in romance novels, a lot of the times, the whole premise is that one true, do you know what I mean? That one, soulmates, essentially. You know, that doesn't lightning can strike more than once, essentially. And I don't think that's anything that anybody should be ashamed of or anything at all like that. Like, I personally know of a few people who, um, older, who might have lost a spouse or something like that, and they move on. Or there's even a divorce. Divorces don't have to be these horrible things. They can, a very good friend of mine is getting divorced from her husband, and it's very amicable. Like, you hear that a lot, but legitimately it's almost creepy amicable. I keep waiting for something to happen, that because this is just too, there was a lot of fighting going on before it happened. And like she told me, she's like, we should have never, again, like it said in the story, we should have never gotten married. But, because I think they realized that they were better as friends than as a husband and wife kind of idea. But you know what I mean? Like, I just feel that romance novel seems to take this whole soulmate thing and really push it. That if there was a marriage before, if for whatever reason that marriage is now dissolved because of either death or divorce or what have you, then there was something wrong with it. It wasn't perfect. It was kind of a mistake, and I don't like that. I would love to see it where, yes, I loved this person, and for whatever happened, but I'm gonna find that again. Does that make sense? So anyway, sorry, long little tangent on that one, but it was just something that got me thinking, because you do see it quite a bit in romance, and just in books in general, I think. So yeah, that's about all the reading that I got done today. I mean, I finished 2 books. I think that's pretty gosh darn good. I do plan tomorrow to finish Out of Bounds by Ellen Hartman. That is the print book that I'm reading. So I'm going to kind of concentrate on that one tomorrow. And I do have 2 more books, of course, an ebook and an audiobook, that are in the wings to start tomorrow. Sorry, it's late on Sunday. I'm tired. 3 days left to work, you guys. Just 3 more days, and then I'm on vacation. My lucky husband has only 2 more days of work, and then he's on vacation. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that is it for tonight. I did actually plan today to do my filming of my 2 videos that I've got coming up later this week. My mid-month wrap-up and my discussion video about TBRs and stuff like that. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow. Not that it matters to you guys. You guys will still see them before you see this. But the mid-month doesn't technically until tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 15th. And I'm planning on finishing, like I said, that book by Ellen Hartman. So I thought, well, if I'm going to just film that one tomorrow anyway, I might as well just wait and do both videos at the same time. So that will be coming tomorrow. But anyway, guys, that is it for me. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Monday. It's Monday, October the 15th. And I almost forgot that I had to sit down here and do this. So we're going to make it quick, because I literally just filmed 2 videos back to back that are going to go up this week. And I want to get at least one of them edited so it can be posted tomorrow for you guys to see it. So what have I been reading today? Today I started 2 books. The first book was Christmas Cowboy Jubilee by Dylan Crush. This is book number 2 in the Holiday Texas series. I've literally just started. I'm maybe 2 chapters in. I didn't get a lot of reading done today. This one, it's a longer book. It's over 300 pages, but I actually plan on reading it over the course of the next entire week, because I will be away at the end of the week, and I do not plan on getting a lot of reading done. So I didn't want to overload myself by trying to read, hit a certain page count every day. So I'm allowing myself until next Monday to finish this book. So I've got lots and lots of time. I'm in no rush on it. I'm not exactly sure what's going to start happening in it, but it sounds like it's a story about a woman who's kind of on the run from something, and a local guy in town who is going to try and rescue her. So it looks really cute. And I don't know what it is, but that cover, I love it so, so much. I think it's so adorable and so bright and so cheerful. And yeah, I'm really, really hoping I'm going to like this book. My current audiobook is, oh, and that book is for NetGalley, by the way. My current audiobook is called The Colton Bride, and it is by, I'm drawing a blank, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a really long day. You guys will see the cover here, so you're going to see the author. This is a Harlequin romantic suspense novel, and again, this is one I literally just started. I did not have a lot of time today. Like I said, I didn't take a lunch. I worked through my lunch so I could leave at a decent time, because, midway through my afternoon, I kind of got tasked with some big project, and I thought, oh gosh darn it, I want to leave on time, so I better just skip my lunch. I ate at my desk, essentially. But yeah, this is one about family secrets and an old, like a second chance romance. And yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts on it yet. I'll talk to you guys more about it tomorrow. And today, though, I did finish Out of Bounds by Ellen Hartman, and I really, really enjoyed it. I've been talking about it. It was really cute. I don't want to get too much more into it. I actually just filmed my mid-month wrap-up, so you guys will see that video before you see this one. So I will have talked about it in there a little bit more, but I absolutely loved it, and I highly recommend that you go ahead and check it out. So anyway, guys, this was short and sweet today because I've got some stuff I need to get done, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is just before 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. It is Tuesday, October the 16th. And yeah, I've been home for about a half an hour, so I had to stop on my way home at the mall and do a few things. And I just got home and had my dinner, but I had to go over to the mall because I had to get my American currency for my trip in 2 days. I've got one more day of work. Yay! And then I leave. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So anyway, I had to go buy some American currency, which was extremely painful. If you're Canadian and you've seen what our dollar is doing in comparison to the American dollar, it's painful. I felt like I shelled out a lot of money to get so much money back. I've been saving up for this trip since last year. Like, I put so much away every now and then. And so I have a bit of money to spend. But the thing is that I would much rather carry cash because just in case something, whatever, I have a Visa debit card. We don't actually have a credit card, my husband and I. We ran into some financial issues a number of years ago, and that's all I'm going to say is we don't have a credit card, which I am perfectly okay with. I do have my cars financed and stuff like that, so it's not like our credit is bad. I just don't feel that we need one. For stuff like this, it would be handy, but I'm not going to run out and get a credit card for a trip that I take once a year. So I have a Visa debit card, and it's through my bank, so I can actually use it as a Visa in the US, but not everywhere accepts it. Target, for one, will not accept it, and I think it's because it's a chip card, and you guys in the States don't actually use the chip cards, or they're not that popular down there, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I do have that if need be, and I can go to most major banks, like the Bank of America is actually affiliated with my bank here in Canada, and they're, I guess you'd say, sister banks maybe. So I can go down there and use a Bank of America and not get charged fees for doing so. It would be just like me using my bank up here. So that's kind of a good bonus, that if need be, I can take cash out at an ATM or something like that. But like I said, not everywhere takes the debit card. So, and especially at the festival where, you're walking around and, I want to buy stuff while I'm there, and people are in barns, they're in like tents outside, you know what I mean? Like, it's on a fairground. So, most places are not, I know a lot of people now can do PayPal right from their tablets and stuff like that at some of these festivals, but most people will deal strictly in cash. So that's why I wanted to make sure I went and got cash. Plus, I have a stack of singles, like a stack of American $1 bills that I've kind of accumulated through the years when I travel to the States. And I have, I think, close to $30 US in singles, in just American ones. And my husband said to me, oh, like after my last trip, he's like, well, we should take that in and exchange it to Canadian. And I said, no, I'd rather keep it because I'm going to have to be paying tolls when I go down. So it'll be nice to have that money sitting there to pay tolls and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot you got to remember when you're traveling out of country. I kind of did a little run around last night trying to remember where I put my passport, and it was exactly where it was in the one place I thought to myself, I'll put it here so I don't forget where it is. I forgot where it was, but I quickly found it, so I know where it is, because I'm going to need that, of course, to cross the border on Thursday. I can remember back in the day crossing the border without using a passport. I can remember going over with just my driver's license, and driving over myself. So it wasn't even that long ago that they instituted that you had to have a passport. But my husband and I each got a 10-year passport, so we don't have to worry about it for a good long time. But anyway, so I did that. And then, excuse me. And then I'm making up for yesterday's very short video. Very short clip, I should say. And then I went over to Lush. Lush is one of my favorite stores. It is in Canada and the US. It is a all-natural, not tested on animals, vegan or vegetarian cosmetics type company, and I love their stuff. And I will be honest, it's not cheap. It's not disgustingly expensive, but it's not it's not what you're gonna buy at Walmart. Let's put it that way, you guys. But I love it. All the stuff that I've tried from there personally, I have found does such a great job for my skin and for my hair and stuff like that, that to me it's worth spending the money when you're getting something that actually works for you. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I would do a little Lush haul while we're sitting here, again, to make up for yesterday's short clip. So here's the bag. And like I said, this stuff is handmade. Like, so, you know, like, it's not like factory or anything like that. What does it say? It says it's against animal testing, so this is, none of it's tested on animals. It's ethically bought. They say it's also naked. So you can buy some of their things in, like, without packaging, which I think is absolutely fantastic. 100% vegetarian, freshest cosmetics, and like I said, handmade. So the bag looks big, but I assure you, I didn't buy this much. As the girl said to me in the store, she says, "I'm sorry, I only have the big bags." I'm like, that's okay. So thought I'd go through and show you guys what I got. They have all their Christmas and Halloween stuff out now. Now, they are known for their bath bombs. And I do love bath bombs because once a week on Sunday nights, I like to have a nice bubble bath. And I usually throw a bath bomb in there and I sit and read my book and it's just lovely. So a couple of the things that I got in these little bags. I did actually buy, excuse me for the crinkling, I do apologize. I got some tins to put some stuff in, so that's a good thing. So the first thing that I got, this I use all the time, and I was running out of it. It smells so good. This is called Full of Grace, and this is actually my moisturizer. This is what I use every morning and every night on my skin. My skin is disgustingly dry. I mean, it's even in the middle of summer. Like, I know a lot of people complain in the wintertime about having very dry skin, but mine is super dry in the summer and in the winter because of my lack of circulation, because of my heart condition, blah, blah, blah. That's the reason why. So this, they actually market it that it's only really to be used at night to kind of rehydrate your skin while you're sleeping. I use it in the morning as well because it is that good. And it's a solid bar, so you just kind of rub it on your face. It works better when your face is just a little damp because that then soaks in more moisture. But this is absolutely fantastic and I love it. Just holding it in my hands, you can feel it. It feels a little greasy at first when it goes on, to be honest, but it is absolutely fantastic and I just love it. So I was almost out of my last one, so I had to buy another one while I was there because God forbid I'd run out. And then the other things I got, these are new. I have not tried these yet before, but I will report back. So I mentioned before I have very, very thin, baby fine hair. And if I don't wash it every day, it tends to look extremely greasy. So I was doing some research on their website and they give you all the information that you'd possibly need. And I decided to try this. It smells so amazing, you guys. This is called Scenic. And this is actually a shampoo bar. So you get it wet and you rub it between your hands and then you lather up your hair, right? But it's got sea salt in it and stuff like that. So they say it's really, really good for people with thinner hair like mine that doesn't tend to have much body to it, that it helps with that. And also it helps, I was reading some of the reviews online and they said that if you, like, because my hair tends to look greasy if I don't wash it every day, that it actually helps take that grease out, which is great. So I got that as well, and I got a little tin to keep it in. So, and the girl told me that, because I was, you know, we were talking and stuff, me and the girl at Lush, and she told me that this bar can last the average person 60 to 90 hair washes, like, depending on the length of your hair and the amount of it that you use. So your mileage may vary, kind of idea. But 60 to 90 washes, and it was, I'll tell you guys, it was $10 Canadian. So again, not super cheap, but, you know, if you think about how much shampoo you use and stuff like that, you know, that's kind of a good deal. So I got that as well. And then into my bag of tricks here, I also got a conditioner bar, which I thought was very, very interesting, and I thought I'd try it again. I'd try it as well. Oh, that smells good too. It's called hair, it just says hair conditioner. This one is called Big. And again, it is made for people who have thinner hair, like mine. So again, it's meant to give you some volume and stuff like that. So I'm really, really interested to try these. And again, as I said, I will report back and let you guys know. I plan on actually trying them tomorrow in the shower, so we shall see what I think. So I got a little container for this one as well, just to keep them nice in the shower so they don't get, you know, when my husband's in there or something, nothing happens to them. So I got those. And then I decided to get, is this? Okay, yeah. They have the most amazing lip scrubs. These things are absolutely fantastic. So this one, I'll show you just so you can see this. It actually says on the bottom, it was made by Jonathan, some guy named Jonathan. There's his picture. And it tells you what the date is, September 24th, 2018. And it actually has a use by date, you guys, because these are all natural. So like everything that they make is all natural, and they actually have use by dates on most of the stuff. And this is the 24th of November of 2019. So I've got to use it before the end of next year. But this one is called Cranberry Fizz. Oh, it smells so good. So it's a lip scrub. So you put it on and you can like get all the dead skin off your lips. Oh, I love it. I love it. They have a great one that comes out at Christmas. I didn't see it. I don't know if it's going to be back, but it's called Santa something, and it smells and tastes, because you do. Let's be honest, you know, you're not going to sit here and eat it, but it gets on your lips. You're going to lick your lips. You're going to taste it, right? And it does give you a hint of color as well when you do it, which is kind of nice. It's called Santa something, and it tastes like cherry Coke. I absolutely love it. So yeah, so I got another one. This is new for this year, so I decided to give it a try. And then speaking of Christmas things, they have all of their Christmas and Halloween stuff out together. So I got another, these are called shower jellies. So they're in this little container. And this is called Santa's Belly, like shakes like, you know. And it says, star anise infusion and fresh apple juice sent this festive jelly. So what it is, this is actually for washing your body. And that's what it looks like. So it is like a legit like Jell-O jelly. And you just pick it up and you can rub it like all over, or you can put it on your if you use a poof or a washcloth or something like that, you can do that as well. But you can see there's like glitter and stuff in there too. This is going to be so much fun. But you can really smell the apple. It's very, very fresh and really yummy. And the thing I find with their stuff is that, you know, if you use like a body wash that has a scent to it, usually by the time you get dressed and like head out the door, it's gone. Whereas this tends to linger, but not in an offending way. Like, it's not like you walk by people and like, oh my God, did you bathe in it? No, nothing like that, but you can just very faintly still smell it, which is always really, really nice. So I'm very excited about trying that one out and using it. And then the last thing I got, I did not buy, but I didn't steal it. The girl and I, when we were talking about hair stuff, I had mentioned that I had tried another one from there called Jersey Bounce, which I really liked, but I found it weighed down my hair a bit. So she gave me a sample. So I should get like a week's worth of hair washes out of this. And this is called Big. Is it Big? Yeah. And this is just to try it out. And it looks like this. Oh, it smells lovely. But it's actually like, it's got like sea salt in it, and it's got like egg or something like that. So it's going to make your hair shiny, and lemon juice and stuff like that. So I don't know. It sounds really, really interesting. So I thought I'd give that one a try too. This one I might take on vacation with me just to try it out, because it's just a small little container of it. But yeah, so that's all the stuff that I got at Lush. Is that it? That's it. But I'm excited about trying all these out. And for those of you who have hair like mine, I will definitely report back on the bar shampoo and conditioners. I'm very interested to try them because I've never tried a bar shampoo or conditioner. So, like I said, you can, if you're interested, I am in no way affiliated with them. I wish I was, but I'm not. If you guys are interested, lush.com or lush.ca, depending on what country you're in. And they do ship all over the place. And like I said, they're bath bombs. They've also got, they've got hair treatments. They've got face masks. They've got makeup. They've got these great gift bags that you can buy. And the cool thing about them is that they give you like, there's one fragrance that comes out at Christmas. I was going to buy it, but I decided to go with this one instead. And it's called, is it Snow Fairy, I think, or something like that. It's like a pepperminty, sugary smell. It's really pretty. But they have a bath bomb. They have a body wash. They have, and I think a lip scrub. So you get this pack of them together, but they actually wrap it instead of putting it in like packaging, because again, they're really trying to move to zero packaging as best as they can for most things. And they they wrap it all in this beautiful like handkerchief or a wrap or a hair wrap or something like that. And it's just lovely, but they have all kinds of like gift things that you could give people or give for yourself just to give it a try. But anyway, like I said, just try it out. So, on to the books, because that's why you guys are actually here. I finished 2 books today, you guys. Isn't that super exciting? So we have been off the phones again all week, this week for work, which has been made my week a little bit better. So this afternoon I decided to listen to my audiobook because I didn't take lunch yesterday. And oh my gosh, you guys, I show up at the office this morning and I have this big tote bag that I carry to work with me. And I put in it my lunch bag and I put my knitting that I bring to work. So then I just have to take this one bag and I can go to the lunchroom at lunchtime. I got to work and I had it and I was stowing it underneath my desk and I went, why does this feel light? And I opened it up. I left my lunch at home. My entire lunch bag all packed up. I left it at home. I was so mad. I hate having to leave the office at lunchtime because I never want to come back. Well, since I'm leaving, why don't I just go home? But I had to go around the corner and I went to Tim Hortons, which isn't my favorite place in the world. I'm not a fan of Tim Hortons. But I just got a bagel and a chocolate milk and that was my lunch. So I was starving by the time I got home because all my snacks were in my my lunch bag, like my granola bar and my apple and my yogurt and all that stuff. So I snack throughout the day instead of having just 3 meals. So I was hungry by the time I had sat down and had my dinner a little bit ago. But anyway, so I didn't take a lunch yesterday. I didn't take it today. I just ran out to get something to eat and I came back and ate at my desk because I knew I wanted to leave to get to the mall tonight before the currency exchange place closes because it closes before the rest of the mall closes. But I had lots of time. But anyway, so I decided to spend the afternoon listening to my audiobook. So I finished The Colton Bride by Carla Cassidy. I remembered it this time. Yay! Again, the picture will be there if I ever forget any of this stuff. So I did listen to this one on audio. It is available through the Audible Romance package. I think it's the 4th book in a series, and I apologize, I don't remember the name of the series off the top of my head. But I like this one. It was a romantic suspense novel, a Harlequin romantic suspense novel, and it's about a woman named Catherine, who was in a relationship with this guy, and then after they broke up 2 months later, she finds out she's pregnant, and it's his baby. So he's actually really, for the amount of time that they talked about him in the book, he really didn't have much to do with the whole mystery aspect of it. Someone is trying to kidnap her because she is an heiress to a very large fortune, and this is a very dysfunctional family that lives at this ranch. And like I said, I think this is the 4th book in the series, so they do tell you about some of the events that happened in the previous 3 books. So you're kind of brought up to speed, but I still want to go back and read them because they do sound like some of the stories would be really, really interesting. So again, the whole premise is about this very wealthy family, and the patriarch of the family, the father, is dying. And, they're looking, like all the heirs and what's going to happen with the money and stuff like that. And she is attempted kidnapping because, it's pretty much a 2-for-1. Because she's pregnant, there are now 2 heirs that are together. So, they want to kind of ransom her off kind of idea. And there's this guy named Gray, and he worked on the ranch, and they were romantically involved when they were younger. And then he left town and pretty much left her, and now it's 9 years later and blah, blah, blah. He's been back for a while, but they really don't have anything to do with each other. So when the first kidnapping attempt happens, he says what he thinks would be a good idea is, why don't they get married in name only, and then he can protect her. That was my first issue with this book. Why did they have to get married? Why couldn't he just be her bodyguard? I don't understand. A comment was made about, oh, this way that he can always be with her and sleep like in her room with her kind of idea. Well, can't you just do that if he's a bodyguard? Bring in another bed, bring in a blow-up mattress, something. They don't have to be married. I just, that part of it has still bothered me. And he just seemed very gruff and very, and she seemed very much damsel in distress, which kind of always bothers me a little bit. But I mean, the mystery itself was interesting and I enjoyed it. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. I didn't absolutely love it. Available on the Audible Romance package. I think it was came in at under 7 hours long, so perfectly good time, a great quick little read. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out. But if it's again, I just didn't get the reason why they had to get married. I didn't see that at all. I just didn't you know, that part of it kind of, I couldn't wrap my head around. The story would have worked just as well if he had just been her bodyguard. You know what I mean? So anyway, they just would have had to title it differently. That's all. The other book that I finished was actually my Sweet Valley High book, Secrets by Francine Pascal, the second book in the Sweet Valley High series. Again, I've talked about this one before. It is a fun little soap opera type high school thing. There's a lot going on in it though. Like there's the secret between, you know, like Enid has this deep, dark secret that she was arrested when she was a little bit younger for doing drugs and almost hitting somebody with her car. And then there's this other bit of secrets going on that, the high school rumor mill is saying that the young French teacher, who's only in her early 20s, is sleeping with one of the students. So, you know, all that's kind of going on. Then there's this whole winter dance thing or fall dance thing that, you know, Jessica is trying to be, to win queen of or something like that. I don't know. It was so much fun. Like, I really do enjoy reading them. These are not, you know, anything big, but they're a lot of fun, and I'm excited because the next book will be a Nancy Drew book, so I'm looking forward to that too. My ebook, I did not get anything read in my ebook today. I've just been too busy trying to make sure that everything's done for when I go away. But like I said, I do plan on reading this over the next week or so, so I've got lots of time to finish this one. I'm in absolutely no rush. I'm probably going to sit down and do a bit of reading on it tonight while I'm editing a couple videos, or the video that's going to go up on Thursday that you guys will have seen on Thursday, excuse me, and get some more parts of this edited as well. Oh my gosh, every time I get the hiccups. It must be all the talking. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to reading some more of that one. I did decide to start another print book, so I'm going to be bringing this one with me on vacation as well. And this is our pick or the one that you guys pick for me to read for the month of October. It is Cinderella's New York Christmas by Scarlett Wilson, and it is a Harlequin romance novel. So yes, so this one's going to be really good. I'm very much looking forward to it. It is large print, you guys. That's all they had available on the Harlequin website, so I was a little disappointed. You know what? I shouldn't say that. I actually don't mind the large print because it's a little bit easier to read. So this one should be really good. I'm very much looking forward to a nice Christmas book. Oh, I didn't say the name of my ebook. I did show it, so you probably would have seen it. It's Cowboy Christmas Jubilee by Dylan Crush. And so again, that cover of that book is fantastic. But anyway, you guys, that's it. I've talked long enough on this little clip, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is Wednesday, October the 17th. It is just before 8 p.m. I've been home for about 15 minutes. I fed the cats, I did a few dishes, and I'm going to sit down and eat my dinner as soon as I'm done doing this little recording. I've got a lot I need to do tonight. My goal is to leave by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I have to go to Walmart tomorrow morning as well before I leave to pick up a few last-minute, more perishable things that we didn't get when Garrett and I went grocery shopping on Sunday. So anyway, reading update today. Not much got read, guys. I was really concentrating today on getting everything done. I wanted my inbox clean before I left. Not that it was ever going to stay that way. Probably within about 10 minutes of me leaving, I was probably getting emails. But my out of office is on, so people know to redirect. So that was like my big goal today, was to get like everything cleaned up on my desk. So I don't like leaving things for other people if I can absolutely, prevent it. And I wanted to leave by 5 o'clock today, so I was kind of really pushing myself to get everything done. I did actually go out for lunch today. I normally don't do that. I think I mentioned this yesterday, that I don't like going out for lunch because, I come back and I kind of don't even want to like go back to work. Like, I've left the office, I'm just going to continue. But my coworkers, they all went to Swiss Chalet, which is for my American friends watching this, it's a chicken place, rotisserie chicken place, and I actually really like it. They've got a yummy pot pie. So I went for lunch with them, which was kind of nice. Sorry, my hair is very, very staticky. It's this weather. We're getting into the winter time. And so I went and did that for lunch. So I didn't listen to my audiobook at lunch, but I did listen to it. I planned on leaving at 5. That didn't happen. I ended up staying till almost 6 o'clock tonight. And then I went out after work, and I went to Old Navy, actually, because I was looking for a new pair of jeans, and they were having a sale. So I thought, why not? And I like Old Navy stuff. So I got a pair of jeans, a new long sleeve top, and 2 tank tops. I love, like, the camisoles. I love their camisoles. They're like my favorite. I wear one every day underneath whatever it is I'm wearing. Anyway, back to the reading. Sorry, guys. So I only got a chapter read of Cowboy Christmas Jubilee or Christmas Cowboy Jubilee. I can never remember which way the title goes, but I'll put the picture up here, and it's by Dylan Crush. I'm about 4 chapters into it. I'm not very far into this, but like I said, I'm giving myself until Monday night to finish this, so I've got lots and lots of time. What I was thinking is tomorrow for my road trip. It's about a 6.5 hour drive. You factor in stopping at the border, you factoring in making pit stop, it's probably going to be closer to 8 hours. So I'm going to get a lot of audiobook listening time done, but I thought I do like to stop at least every hour and a half to 2 hours to get out and stretch my legs. You really shouldn't sit that long if you can at all help it. So there's a lot of great rest stops along the way. So I plan on stopping, and I thought, because the chapters in this book are relatively short, I thought maybe I'll get a chapter read every time I kind of stop, just to kind of give myself a little mental break and stuff like that, and get a little bit of the book read, which would be kind of nice. So I hope to have that one done by Monday. And then yes, I wore my scarf today, you guys. It's so cold out. The temperature dropped, and they're talking about snow tonight. I am not happy. It better not, as long as there's no accumulation, I should be okay. But I am nervous about driving tomorrow because where I'm going tends to get more snow than we get here in the city. So fingers crossed that everything's hunky-dory, and it's one of those, oh, it's gonna snow a bit, and nothing happens. We did have hail earlier today. That was unpleasant. But anyway, back to the books. I did get some more read in my audiobook, which is The Duchess Wars by Courtney Milan. This is my first Courtney Milan novel. Sorry, Gorn's picking my chair right now because he's protesting the fact that I'm not paying attention to him. There he is. And this one I'm really enjoying. It is a historical Regency novel, obviously from the cover. And it is about a woman who is harboring a secret, and I still don't know what that secret is, and I'm about 6 chapters in. So I'm kind of enjoying the fact that they're even hiding that from the reader, that they're not being 100% transparent. So you kind of get to find out with the other characters. And she has been living with her aunts, her great aunts, and so she has this secret, and she actually works for some sort of like worker sanitation type movement of some kind to keep like workplaces clean, like factories and things like that clean. And there's also talk going on about unions and workers' rights, so it's around that time period, so that's very interesting. And there's like some fuss coming up about, the possibility that workers might go on strike, and so that's kind of a driving force in the novel too. And our male lead is he's very much for workers' rights, and she is trying to get him to admit that he's writing these like pamphlets, because they're done anonymously, that he's writing them to encourage workers to kind of do these things. So I'm really, really liking kind of like the way this story is going. And yeah, I really think I'm going to enjoy it. Warren's caught on my cord over here. And I have got no other reading done, guys. I didn't start the Nancy Drew book last night like I had anticipated, and I didn't start this either, so I have to get kind of caught up on this one a little bit. But this one should be a relatively easy read. So should the Nancy Drew. Both this and my Kindle are coming with me to read, of course, the Dylan Crush book. And I'm going to try and get a little bit of the Nancy Drew book read too. That one's not as much of a priority to me because they're just kind of more for fun. But I want to really try and get this one done sooner rather than later. And I want to get the Dylan Crush book done as well, because it is a NetGalley book, and I want to get that review up to NetGalley by the time I get back next week. So anyway, that is it for this video and this clip and this vlog, you guys. Tomorrow I will be starting the new vlog, like I talked about at the beginning of this video, that I will be doing a travel vlog for you guys. So I'll be starting first thing tomorrow morning. You guys are going to come with me on the road trip. It's going to be super duper awesome. I am so excited. Today at certain points I'd be sitting at work going, oh, tomorrow's only Thursday, and then I would remember, I don't have to be at work tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be driving to Vermont, and you get that butterflies in your stomach excitedness. I love it. I cannot wait. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic weekend, I think. And I'm so excited that I'm going to bring you guys with me. If I don't get a lot of video, I do plan on taking a lot of pictures. So I have no idea how long that video is going to end up being. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to let you guys go now because, like I said, I have to pack, I have to eat, I want to have a bath, or a shower, but I just don't want to wash my hair today because there's I'm going to be in the car all day tomorrow. What's the point of me washing my hair? It's fine. Actually, I used the new shampoo and conditioner bars that I talked about in my last clip, and my hair is so soft. Like, it's fantastic. The only thing I have to remember is when I'm using the conditioner bar is to kind of really focus on my ends, because this is where my hair tends to knot when it's wet. So I gotta remember to do that. But other than that, like, the only thing is that with the conditioner bar, it doesn't lather. Not the conditioner lathers, but you don't get a lot of like product in your hand. So it's one of those that you actually have to take it and kind of rub it against your hair. So, and that's fine. The shampoo bar though, you rub it between your hands and it like foams up and it's fantastic, and it's so lovely. So I'm super duper pleased with it. Like, I'm gonna give it more than just one wash. Like, I'll let you guys know maybe in my next like actual proper vlog what my thoughts are on it after using it for like a week or so. And because the big test will come tomorrow. Since I'm not washing my hair tonight, I want to see how greasy it looks tomorrow, because a lot of the claims and stuff, or not claims, but the reviews I saw from other people on the Lush website saying that it really diminished the greasiness of, their hair. So, that'll be great to hear about. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm letting you go. I will talk to you in my next one. Take care. Happy reading, everybody, and thank you again so much for watching. Bye, guys.